Shall I take them for you?
Yes.
Yes. Come on. Sleepy pies for you. Okay? There we are. So lazy. All right. Dear me, Mrs. Lavender, you seem to have more things around you every day.
Yes, I do. I keep telling that man of mine, how am I going to take all them things home again? Hi, honey. How's your love life?
Oh, Nurse Foreman. Have you been to see Mrs. Truman yet?
Claire, yeah, I've just come from her.
Well, how do you think she is?
Well, she's fine.
Yes?
Why shouldn't she be?
No reason. How do you manage to get the sheets twisted up like this?
I don't know. I wouldn't call this bed here the most comfortable in the world.
Oh, never mind, you'll be going home soon.
Don't remind me.
Don't you want to go home?
With 7 kids? You must be joking. Exercises? What for?
To help get your figure back.
A lost cause, honey. My figure's gone for good and all.
They help strengthen your muscles.
We never had any of that back home. No one bothered about muscles. After the first 3 kids, they just let it all hang out.
Well, things are different here.
They certainly are.
Oh, baby Truman, number 4. Thank you. Never stops, does it?
Like at the zoo. And where's Nurse Foreman?
All right, nobody's forgetting you. Come on.
She had me up half the night. Oh, I used to loathe being on maternity when I was nursing. Nothing to do but feeding babies morning, noon and night. No one to talk to but gooey-eyed women. Not a man in sight.
One doesn't expect otherwise.
Oh, one of those man-haters, are you?
Come on now, Robert. Come on. That's it, Daisy. There we are. What's wrong, okay? What's wrong with you?
Are you? Don't be shy. You can tell me. I was a nurse too, remember? Are you a man-hater?
I don't hate anybody.
Don't give me all that holier-than-thou stuff. I'm talking about fellas. Boyfriends. Got one, have you?
I really don't see
Going to marry him, are you? Well, you'd be a fool if you do.
Here he is. I must get on. I'll leave baby's feet to you.
Oh, don't be like that. I was only kidding around. Can't you take a joke?
Well, it's just what I have observed, sister.
All right then, but don't go too psychological on me.
Well, earlier on I called in with baby's feed, and she made these odd remarks.
What about?
Personal things. What did I think of men, marriage? And then suddenly she would joke, even laugh.
Well, she's a lively person.
Yes, but in all the 10 minutes I was with her, she never mentioned the child, except to try and persuade me to feed him.
And did you feed him?
Well, no.
You did right to tell me. It's not uncommon. As a matter of fact, Dr. Thorson is a little concerned about Mrs. Truman. He's prescribed some drugs for her. Sometimes when a patient's known to us, we just don't notice this sort of thing. Maybe that's why you're the best person to keep an eye on her. Will you do that?
Yes, sister.
Now, while you've been here in hospital, your thoughts have all been with the baby, and quite right, too. But now that you're going home, it would be as well to give some thought to your husband.
Excuse me, sister.
Just a moment, nurse.
No, it's Claire Truman.
Carry on from here, will you? Bringing the father into the picture, you know.
Yes. It would be a mistake to appear too possessive with your child. Remember that this new member of the family belongs to your husband as well as you.
Mr. Truman, you will ring me straight back, won't you? Nurse Fullman as soon as she gets back, alone or not. There's going to be trouble over this.
Shall I call Dr. Thornton?
Not yet. It may not be necessary. Mrs. Parr, you better ask them in the ward. Has anyone seen Claire Truman or spoken to her in the last hour or two? You know what to say.
Yes, sister.
Nurse. Those sedatives doctor prescribed for her this morning, you did give them to her?
Yes, of course.
And you saw her take them? Nurse, you know the procedure. What about all the other times she's supposed to have taken drugs we've prescribed for her?
She wouldn't have
Have what?
saved them, would she?
What's this they're all talking about?
Nothing that concerns you, Mrs. Lavender.
That young Claire Truman, she done a bunk. You just let me out, and I'll find her and give her a good piece of my mind. Leaving that poor Baba all by himself.
Now, don't concern yourself any further, Mrs. Lavender. Sister's persuaded Mrs. Truman to return to her room.